isa, anong hinihintay pa? Dobleng minam na nahanap mo ay nandito na. Sarap na buy one take one at hindi magbabago. Tara na dito sa Shawarma Shack, Shawarma Shack. Mas masaya pag dalawa. Shawarma Shack, Shawarma Shack. Doble ang sarap, dito may forever ka. Shawarma Shack, oh Shawarma Shack. Kaya dito ka na isama.
Get 8 gigabytes of all-access power.
To do it all.
Plus only TikTok to scroll and share non-stop. Power, work, life, and more. With Smart Power all-access data now up to 90 days. Load now.
Sa isa, anong hinihintay pa? Dobleng minam na nahanap mo ay nandito na. Sarap na buy one take one at hindi magbabago. Tara na dito sa Shawarma Shack, Shawarma Shack. Mas masaya pag dalawa. Shawarma Shack, Shawarma Shack. Doble ang sarap, dito may forever ka. Shawarma Shack, oh Shawarma Shack. Kaya dito ka na.
Get 8 gigabytes of all-access power.
To do it all.
Plus only TikTok to scroll and share non-stop. Power, work, life, and more. With Smart Power all-access data now up to 90 days. Load now.
Sa isa, anong hinihintay pa? Dobleng minam na nahanap mo ay nandito na. Sarap na buy one take one at hindi magbabago. Tara na dito sa Shawarma Shack, Shawarma Shack. Mas masaya pag dalawa. Shawarma Shack, Shawarma Shack. Doble ang sarap, dito may forever ka. Shawarma Shack, oh Shawarma Shack. Kaya dito ka na.
Get 8 gigabytes of all-access power.
To do it all.
Plus only TikTok to scroll and share non-stop. Power, work, life, and more. With Smart Power all-access data now up to 90 days. Load now. gigabytes of all-access power.
To do it all.
Plus only TikTok to scroll and share non-stop. Power, work, life, and more. With Smart Power all-access data now up to 90 days. Load now.
Sa isa, anong hinihintay pa? Dobleng minam na nahanap mo ay nandito na. Sarap na buy one take one at hindi magbabago. Tara na dito sa Shawarma Shack, Shawarma Shack. Mas masaya pag dalawa. Shawarma Shack, Shawarma Shack. Doble ang sarap, dito may forever ka. Shawarma Shack, oh Shawarma Shack. Kaya dito ka na.
Get 8 gigabytes of all-access power.
To do it all.
Plus only TikTok to scroll and share non-stop. Power, work, life, and more. With Smart Power all-access data now up to 90 days. Load now.
"12 young squads have slugged it out and battled tooth and nail for their positions, and now it's crunch time. The play-ins are now upon us, and the stakes have never been this high. The ultimate battle for the 4th seed begins, coming to you live here at the Titan Gym in ENDERUN for the beginning of our play-in, starting with game number 1 between the Blue Eagles of Ateneo and the Golden Stags of San Sebastian, and later on we'll be seeing a battle of the LPU Pirates and the ENDERUN Titans for the battle of the 4th seed in their respective brackets. Mix Gonzalez here, and joining me, Benny Benitez. Later on, we'll be hearing from Bianca Tagarda. Benny, good afternoon to you, and great to be here. Play-in na ngayon para sa Next Man Cup.
Exciting stuff, Migs. It's a Sunday worth watching because it's the start of the play-in for both groups, starting, of course, with the San Sebastian Golden Stags and, of course, Ateneo Blue Eagles.
And for them to understand, yung mga viewers natin, nasa na ba tayo sa Next Man Cup season natin, to see how high the stakes are right now. Why don't you give us a picture, Benny?
All right. Well, let's start off with itong laro natin to, Group Prime. Obviously, in terms of the format, the top 3 teams are now advanced into, thus advanced into the quarterfinal round. Ngayon, itong 4th spot, paglalabanan ng Ateneo Blue Eagles, na 5th spot, and then yung 4th spot na currently ng St. Dominic Pikeman, and then the 6th placer, itong ang San Sebastian Golden Stag. They now enter into a round-robin elimination round na kung ang mangyayari, the best performing team in that elimination round will now become the 4th seed. Sila ngayon yung papasok sa quarterfinals where they will face the De La Salle Green Archers, who will
Wow.
have a twice to beat advantage.
That's going to be a very tall order for whoever the fourth seed is going to be. Pero that's for Group Prime, and for Group Edge, waiting in the wings itong sina Benil, the EAC Generals, and the Guangming Flying Dragons. But more on that later. Ngayon naman, tungkay naman tayo sa match at hand natin. No? Let's take a look at the Ateneo Blue Eagles. For now, they're going to be relying on their outside shooting a lot, no?
Oh, yes.
As well as their rebounding, kasi they're up against a very scrappy team in San Sebastian. What are their keys here?
Keys to winning, medyo kailangan nilang mag-improve in their shooting, because from their last game against the St. Dominic Pikemen, ang nangyari sa kanila, they dipped down from 39% all the way to 25% in terms of shooting. They also have to take care of the ball, and finally they have to understand that they have a very clear advantage in Sultan Barua,
Yes.
who's 6'10". I
Parang
think
6'10" yan.
6'10" na itong
Mga
bata
malaki
ito.
Kevin Durant na yan.
Yes, and the last performance that he had 5 points and 6 rebounds. But you know that there's a clear advantage, knowing that ang San Sebastian Golden Stags, they don't have a foreign student athlete.
Yeah, and that's going to be something that Ateneo can take advantage of. But in terms of their specific keys to winning against this San Sebastian squad, flashing on your screens right now, if we're gonna look at it, no, para sa Ateneo, kailangan nila mag-focus into that shootout, no.
Oh, that's true.
We know that they're a very good shooting team. We also know that they have to assert that interior dominance, as well as being patient in their offense.
That's true, Migs.
And now, titingnan naman natin, itong side ng San Sebastian College Golden Stags on your screens in a bit. Pero yan, to recap, no, sa Ateneo, they have to get into that shootout. They have to stay efficient. They have to assert that dominance, especially with Sultan Barua in their starting five, I'm assuming. Pero ngayon, punta naman tayo sa San Sebastian.
Yeah. In terms of the San Sebastian Golden Stag, they're in a transition mode, because ang kanilang coach is a new coach. Coach Rob Labagala takes the place of Coach Arvin Bonleon, and that group, ang mangyayari ngayon is that they now carry a new coaching staff, but at the same time they carry the old players. So nothing new naman dito, but they have to have a new chemistry, kasi iba rin pag bagong coach tapos bagong players ang hahawakan mo. There has to have a certain sense of chemistry that has to happen.
And just looking at the percentages here in their last game against Ateneo, no, something that they have to focus on for sure is this rebounding department. With a much taller Ateneo team, pero syempre you have the likes of Axel Kitane in the center for San Sebastian, no? But definitely a tall order for them. Tignan naman natin yung specific keys to winning ng San Sebastian dito on your screens. They have to attack the paint.
Oh, definitely.
That's something that Ateneo doesn't do well. But your opinion on that, Benny?
Yeah, they have Benaflor, they have Lumanag, they have players that are capable in terms of doing that. But then again, all of these will have to be a wayside by kailangan muna na siguro magkaroon ng certain sense of initial chemistry, of course with the coaching staff, with the players that they're gonna be handling.
And that's something na makakakwentuhan naman natin ang ating courtside reporter si Bianca Tagarda. Anong kwento natin dyan, Bianca?
Mga kaliga, back to zero tayo this play-ins. And as for the Ateneo Blue Eagles, Coach Nico Salva tells na kahit absent ang 7 key players nila due to prior commitments, ay he's still confident that they will get to hop into the next level with this remaining players present. At ito ngang si Charles Carlton ay binigyan ng double jobs ni Coach Nico for today. While as for the San Sebastian Golden Stags, who is under their new coach today, that is Coach Rob Labagala, like what you said, Migs and Boss Benny, well, Coach Rob is not here today, but Coach Melo Navarro tells that this will also serve as their assessment on who will stay sa Team A roster for the upcoming NCAA season. But Migs and Boss Benny, may mga balita ba kayo dyan o may mga gusto pa ba kayong malaman dyan?
Well, Bianca, something that we want to discuss with you, no? Both teams aren't going with their primary lineups right now. Ateneo, 7 key players missing, and San Sebastian is going with an entirely new lineup. Wala si Castor, wala si Dan Lumanag. Anong nararamdaman ng coaches doon coming into the play-ins of the Pinoyliga?
Yes, Migs and Boss Benny. Well, as for Coach Nico Salva, gustong-gusto ng araw nilang makabawi muli sa St. Dominic na makakatapat din nila dito sa play-ins dahil nga yun daw ang huling nakatalo sa kanila nung eliminations, and they also want to face La Salle again if they ever get to hop into the number 4 spot. While as for the San Sebastian Golden Stags, well, sabi naman ni Coach Melo Navarro, this is also their assessment dun sa Team A roster, kaya nga this will also be very beneficial at kailangan talagang magpakitang gilas sila. Gentlemen?
And only time will tell, no, Benny. Ngayon naman sa friendly portion na to ng program natin, no, yung prediction natin. I'll let you go first this time.
Palagi naman akong pumupunta dun sa University Belt, at ang aking roots from Manila. So, I'll go with San Sebastian.
And I'm going with Ateneo on this one. Hindi
Okay.
lang para kumontra, but
Okay.
it's really para magkaroon tayo ng magandang finals.
Oh, yes.
You know what I
Yes,
mean?
yes, yes.
So let's get on to game number 1. We'll be turning it over to our game announcer for the start of the play-ins.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the ENDERUN Gymnasium in Taguig City. This is Pinoyliga Next Month Cup, presented by the Shawarma Chef. Live on the official Facebook and YouTube channel, Pinoyliga Cup. It's the battle between Ateneo Blue Eagles and San Sebastian Golden Stags. Now let us meet the starters. First, from the Ateneo Blue Eagles, one guard number 4, Chance Colton. Two guard number 1, Santi Sauler. Playing center number 10, Barua Sultan. And at forward number 34, Marcos Nicolas. Also forward number 11, Andre Tan. Head coach is Nico Salva. And now the starting 5 for the San Sebastian Golden Stags. Point guard number 3, Franz Chuitian. Two guard number 19, Gene Ilagan. Forward number 32, Kent Bakani. On the forward number 50, Axel Kitani. Man in the middle, number 15, Rigord Jimena. Head coach is Rob Labagala, assisted by Melo Navarro. Our game officials for this ball game, Crew Chief John Lesiges, Umpire 1 Dennis Tully, Umpire 2 William Bulacan.
And starters on your screens now. Carlton and Solar will be the starting guards for Ateneo. Will be accompanied by Barua Sultan, Marcos Nicolas, and Andre Tan. Looking at the side of the Golden Stags, a lot of new names here with Franz Chuidan, Jean Ilagan, Rigorn Jimena, Axel Kitane, and Kent Bakaani. From the rest of the season, no, Benny, looking at the Pinoyliga Next Man Cup, all the way from the beginning, there's a lot of new faces sa starting 5 pa lang. No Castor, no Lumanag, no Lance Ronquillo. How is this shaping up for the San Sebastian Golden Stags right now?
It's par for the course, Migs, dahil syempre ang new coaching staff nila, they're looking at it from a
Macro view, no?
Oo, macro view, at saka tinitingnan muna nila kung sino yung initially makakatulong. So, this is just normal.
Ito na talaga yung epitome ng Next Man Cup. Play-ins na nga, tapos bago pa yung mga tao. San Sebastian will take control of the first possession. Ilagan out to Kitane. Drives hard against Stan, sets the pick. Step back, three-pointer from the top of the key, no. Carlton will track it down for Ateneo. Solar runs into traffic. Tan all day to shoot. In, out, and out again. Sultan tries to get that ball against a traffic of red.
Don't be surprised if Tan hoists threes kasi talaga yan din naman yung kanyang trail job in a way. In his last game against the St. Dominic Pikeman, he was the one who took charge dun sa mga threes when the Ateneo Blue Eagles were kumbaga, shooting blanks in the fourth quarter.
Sultan, the anchor in the middle for Ateneo, earning the first free throws of the ball game. And unlike the previous games of Ateneo, they opted to start with Chance Carlton this time.
They hope to have of course 30 Ebdane, nandyan din yung mga players nila like Femi Edu, but I think they have prior commitments with the other leagues that they have kasi sila yung mga player na one they are in the A teams already, and they are the ones that potentially will be lined up.
That's correct. Choydian all the way to the hole was Kent Bacani, pero nakakuha ng foul dun kay Marcos Nicolas. That's away from the shot, so fresh 14 here for San Sebastian. And inbounding here will be Kent Bacani.
In terms of obviously yung sinabi mo kanina, Mix, we're not seeing Lance Ronquillo in the starting lineup. We're not seeing Lumanat,
Daniel
Andre
Castor,
Lumanat,
yeah.
I think these are the players from the group ng previous coaching staff na talagang they recruited, and I think sila Coach Rob Labagala and sila Coach Melo Navarro, they're trying to look at the other players also within that group na kanilang nadatnan na.
Kitane finally gets the first shot of San Sebastian to go after that mid-range jumper. Ateneo looking for an answer. Carlton barking out the orders for the Blue Eagles. Nicolas inside to Sultan. Overarching shot over two Stags.
Wow, that's the perfect position for your offense kung naka 2-3 zone ang iyong kalaban, to stay in the middle, and Sultan Barua took advantage of his height. I spoke to Coach Buboy as we look at this shot by Sultan Barua. Mix, I spoke to Assistant Coach Buboy Domingo about Sultan Barua, and he is very impressed with the development of Sultan Barua. And just to give a background, si Sultan Barua came from Lagos, Nigeria. He went to school sa Topfield College, and si Boss Epok Kimpo was the one who personally recruited Sultan Barua. So there's a lot of meat to this bone, kay Sultan Barua. So malaki yung nakikitang upside ng Ateneo Blue Eagles program in Sultan Barua.
Definitely a big asset. I mean, so far, we've seen the likes of Angelo Cuamoe, Chipweze Ike for this Ateneo program, and Barua Sultan is almost like the best of both worlds in terms of Ike and Kwame comparison. No? So definitely something that Ateneo will look to develop in the next season of the UAAP.
Oh, definitely. And yung kanilang FSA last season, si Victor Balogun, I don't know if it's gonna be the same FSA that they're gonna be bringing in by next
we'll see.
Season, season 88. But they have a good chance with Sultan Barua, although a bit raw, but magandang upside.
Yep. Bacani all the way, tied up by Carlton. Battle for the ball and early scrap there, but looks like San Sebastian will retain the ball.
I got to also speak sa coaching staff ng as we look at the three-point shoot play of the game for Smart 5G. I got to speak to Coach Rob Labagale, and I was able to visit them in their practice last Tuesday. Maganda dito, nakikita nila high hopes sila because si Boss Jax Chua of Star Horse of Basilan of the MPBL is throwing his full support into the program, and yung grupo ni Coach Rob Labagala and sila Coach Melo Navarro and sila Boss Bernard Yang, who used to be the team manager of a successful PBL team in the defunct Philippine Basketball League, nandyan na, on board na.
Wow, I mean that's really good news, no? Solar, pull up from that wing. He likes that spot, but offensive foul on Sultan Barua as he threw in two Stags. But we mentioned kanina, walang masyadong A-lister for San Sebastian right now, but checking in for the Golden Stags is Neil Castor.
I think it's a matter of just putting it together as they move forward. Nandun sila sa assessment phase, and this was the one that was mentioned by Coach Rob Labagala, gaya nga nung sinabi ko when I went to their practices.
Ilagan knives through the defense. Stan blocked upstairs by Axel Kitane. Castor stolen away by Chance Carlton.
And that's a good pass. That's a good pass. That's a good forward pass.
2 points there for Ateneo on that fast break by Tan. Full court press here now for the Blue Eagles. Ilagan breaks it. Ilagan. Knives through the paint. Outside to Castor. That's his calling card. Nope. Sultan swallows up that board. Solar.
A lot of offensive responsibility will now rest on Santi Solar now that Terdi Abdane is not around, and as well as Gamber and Asoro.
Oh, and Marcos Nicolas stepping up to the plate. gets that 3 to go for Ateneo. 8-5 is our score now in favor of the Blue Eagles. We'll be right back after this timeout.
Kung bitin sa isa, anong hinihintay pa? Dobleng minam nung nahanap mo ay nandito na. Sarap na buy one take one at hindi magbabago. Tara na dito sa Show Mama Shack, Show Mama Shack. Mas masaya pag dalawa. Show Mama Shack, Show Mama Shack. Doble ang sarap, dito may forever ka. Show Mama Shack, oh Show Mama Shack. Kaya dito ka na isama.
Mga kaliga, there is no 30 Ebdane, Femi Edu, Michael Asoro, Kyle Gamber, and Matthew Daluna for the Ateneo Blue Eagles today due to prior commitments, academic commitments, flu, and minor injuries. But Coach Nico Salvatels, na kahit underman sila for this crucial game at back to zero ang lahat, ay hopefully makabawi daw sila on Tuesday. And this is also the chance for other key players to be the next man up that the Ateneo Blue Eagles need, not just for this play-ins, but for their team in the long run. Now let's go back to the panel.
Thank you, Bianca. And dito nga ulit pumapasok, no, this macro view of these teams. Although they have prior commitments, in the case of San Sebastian, you know, they're assessing who their lineup will be in the coming seasons of the NCAA. Ateneo naman for UAAP. How important are these tryouts, especially in high-stakes situations like this play-in?
Ay, very important because iba yung tryout practice environment as opposed to an actual game. Because yung tendencies ng mga player, dito mo makikita sa actual environment na naglalaro sila, naka-uniform sila, may kalaban silang kabilang team na hindi nila kakampi.
And another magic bunot, all set to come in here for San Sebastian. Mamaya, sasabihin natin yan kapag nakapasok na siya. Sultan inside, quick drop step, hook shot is good.
Yung footwork ni Sultan Barua is something that you have to be very impressed at this raw level that he is now. Kasi kung darating yung panahon, talagang i-improvement pa yan through skills training. Talagang malaking pagbabago.
Monumental improvement here for Barua. And Franz Choydian making his presence felt here for the Golden Stags. That pull-up J. Nicolas, different spot, same result. Back-to-back threes for Ateneo, up by 13-7.
What we talked about how Ateneo will be able to improve yung 25% shooting that they had against St. Tomic to their average of 39% before that game. And I think they're on the right track with this shooting that they're showing now.
Just a second late was Barua on that block. Not sure about that goaltend, but still whistled for that infraction earlier, and that's going to be 2 points for San Sebastian. Set to check in here for Ateneo, number 28. This is Achilles de Guzman. Take a look at that instant replay block. Barua just getting there just a tad late. Whistled for the goaltend.
Now what Ateneo is gonna be missing with 30 Ebnane, 9 points, 5 rebounds, 2 assists and 2 steals. But again, Santi Soler is there, Sultan is there, si Nicolas is there. Next man up mentality, here we go.
May mga players kasi talaga na nagsi-step up kapag wala yung main player nila. Oh, and Barua Sultan made sure this time no goaltend there as he blocks Castor. Ball movement here.
Nagkakaroon ngayon ng intimidation factor si Sultan Barua because yung mga bigs ng San Sebastian, they get, nagidadalawang isip na sila.
Yes. Ilagan, no luck on both of those perimeter fouls. Perimeter shots, rather. And Ateneo will reclaim possession. Set to check in now, number 91, De Leon for the Golden Stags. And timeout muna ang tatawagin ng San Sebastian dito. We'll be right back after these messages as we take a look at this last replay. Marcos Nicolas, 2 out of 2 from 3, putting Ateneo up in front by 4. We'll be right back after these messages. At nagbabalik na naman tayo sa Pinoyliga Next Man Cup. The first game of the play-ins, and both these teams trying to battle it out for that last seed in the playoffs. In their bracket, waiting patiently the top 3 teams. Pero ngayon, Ateneo will be facing against San Sebastian. The top 3 in their bracket, DLSU, New Era, and Mapua. St. Dominic, the other one, battling for their spot in the playoffs.
Yeah, let's talk briefly about implications.
Yeah.
Whoever wins here would have a very nice chance of going into the 4th spot because they just need another win. On the other hand, pagka natalo ka dito, you still have that chance kasi nga you get to have 2 games.
Correct.
So if there would be ties, quotient system will be applied.
And the Guzman, still no luck on those 2 3-pointers. Tupas, hindi umaatras dun kay De Leon. He was pleading na, on that box out. Di masyado nagkakaintindihan sa contact nila. But, regardless, it's part of the game.
Cabilla is inside the Stags lineup in this game.
Yep.
And number 23, abangan po natin yan because he's lights out shooting for the Golden Stags. In fact, he's one of the first 5 dun sa old coaching staff na palagi nilang pinapasok, and he's the designated gunner.
For those that just saw Jerover Cabilla in the San Sebastian uniform, he was not always wearing the gold and red. No? He came from the Guangming College Flying Dragons, and then now he's with San Sebastian and taking on a much bigger role, in my opinion. No? A main scoring option, always seeing as a wing scorer, tinitingnan dito. And a very, very solid screen by Castor, rocking the world of Chance Carlton.
Chance Carlton is
He's holding onto that left shoulder, no?
I think he's fine.
It looks like he's good,
He's fine.
Built like a rock and stands like a mountain.
Stands like a man with a name like Chance.
Reyes now brings it down for Ateneo. The usual systematic ball movement here, trying to look for an opening. Carlton sees the opening in the paint. Corner shot is no good. San Sebastian collects it, and that's the gang rebounding that Bastet needs. Carlton.
Adam De La Cruz is inside the game right now, and he's that big that you want to see outside of Sultan Barua.
And 3-pointer is good there for San Sebastian. And mukhang mapipituhan na to si Tupas. As apparently, medyo nasiko niya itong si Neil Castor. And he didn't like that. Yep. That's gonna be a pushing foul on Daniel Tupas. That's the 2nd team foul already, but apparently both teams now in the penalty as we take a look at this replay, no? There's the 3-pointer by Cabilla. Then if you go here underneath, no? Sayang lang, hindi nakita.
Hindi na-capture ng ating ano. But yeah, there were some lambingan, if you wanna call it that way.
And both teams will talk it up for now as we go into a commercial break for now, and we'll be back after these messages. Stay tuned. And now it looks like we won't cut it to a timeout muna. Both teams will talk it over. 13-9 is the score so far. San Sebastian already going with one of their mainstays, no? Jerover Cabilla, pinasok na nila. Etong si Neil Castor, pinasok na naman nila. Ateneo, sayang, wala lang si 3rd Ebdane. But mukhang replay muna to. But it looks like it's the same angle as earlier. Nagreklamo kagad si Castor on that left side of your screen, no?
So our officials are sorting it out. Let's see. I think
this is a better view.
This is a better view.
Look at the paint area here. As Castor will battle with Tupas. Yep, there we go. That's look like a normal push. No? Medyo malapit lang sa neck area kaya nabigla itong si Neil Castor.
Yeah. But normally the officials will try to call it if it's above the shoulder.
Yeah.
And those are the type of calls na titingnan talaga ng mga officials natin. Whether yung gravity niya is low, mid, high. But I think yung rationale behind it is that it's above the shoulder.
Yeah.
Or
Okay.
within the head area. So, dyan medyo very particular yung ating mga officials.
I see. And that push looked well above the shoulder area.
It looks to
Or
be.
shoulder
looks to be.
line Parang
Oo.
line niya
So it might be yung ang point of contention ng ating mga officials on whatever it is
Yeah.
that they're gonna be calling.
Yeah, there we go. Looks like they're gonna review it one more time. 3-pointer went in. Tupas immediately tried to box out Castor. Nakaharap pa nga siya kay Neil at that time, no?
There has to be, they look at the intent, they look at where it was, not necessarily yung gravity of it or yung lakas nun So let's see what our officials has to say on this.
The initial announcement was that it was a normal pushing foul on Tupas.
Okay.
Pero mukhang nag-confer na sila ulit.
Aha.
And they have made a decision.
So they elevated it to an unsportsmanlike foul.
So the original call was a pushing foul, and now they have made it an unsportsmanlike foul on Tupas. So now it's going to be 2 shots for Neil Castor.
Yes, and like what we mentioned, the intention and where it is, normally talaga pag nakita ng mga officials that it's above the shoulder, it's they have to call an unsportsmanlike foul. Kasi it might constitute an intent to harm. So those are the little stuff that
Mga technicalities, no?
Our viewers would want to know. Para at least pag sila naman nakikita naman nila yan
parang,
on the video.
anspo yun Sinabi ni Benny sa Pinoyliga na anspo kapag balikat pataas
Medyo, that's the rationale behind it.
And dagdag fortification to sa mga kaalaman sa mga San Sebastian, Ateneo.
Yeah.
San Sebastian, a lot of new faces. Ateneo also. So, at least alam na nila ngayon.
Yeah,
Hindi na nila ulitin.
Mga butil-butil ng kaalaman.
Castor sets the pick, top of the key. Excellent roll there by Castor, but still offline. Carlton, excellent bounce pass to the inside. Just could not finish. Was Achilles de Guzman.
That was a nice pass from Chance Carlton.
He had the chance,
Yeah.
but blew it. He gave the chance, rather. No?
Wow, Mix, talaga nabunot mo yun, ha?
Castor kicks it out. Good ball movement here for San Sebastian. Could have taken that first shot, but once the second one, airballs it. Jitters here sa Pinoyliga. Carlton trying to find Barua. All the way to the hole, uses his body and contorts midair for the end one.
What I like about Chance Carlton is that he never gave up. Because I know he had the midi there. He could have pulled it up.
He could have. See?
But nakita niya, sabi niya, total naman medyo awkward na yung position ng bigs nila.
Yeah.
Babakbakin ko na yun.
Nakulong na si Kitane. Once he had him at his back, that was his chance to attack the basket there.
Because he blew by his first defender. He could have made that mid-range jumper, but he took a chance.
Pero actually dito na kidding aside, no? Dito na pumapasok yung importance ng versatility ng bigs ng San Sebastian. If you have a guard like Chance Carlton, as the second line of defense, you have to be ready to chase this guy and not be off balance kasi yun that's a parang good pickings na lang yun for Chance Carlton.
We haven't seen Russell Rodriguez.
Not
We
yet.
haven't seen the other bigs ng San Sebastian Golden
Not yet.
Stags because they started with Axel Kitane. Axel Kitane came from UST.
Yes.
Yan yung mga players na probably kumbaga they're looking for chances for their careers ba with the NCAA kasi very crowded din talaga ang UST or
Correct.
any UAAP school.
Another new face here for Ateneo in Mark Reyes. I believe, na parang ngayon lang kakapasok sa Next Man Cup. Jagna to the corner again. Similar shot to Chuidian. Sorry, that's not Chuidian. That was Sean Hamora na bagong pasok din for San Sebastian.
Yeah. Ito namang Baste is doing a 4-out. Trying to look for their opportunities outside.
Wow, corner pass by Carlton. De Guzman all day to shoot. Follow up. No good by Reyes.
I like the locate that Chance Carlton is doing.
Grabe, ganda nun.
Yeah, now that there's no Ebdane, there's no De Luna, there's no Gamber and Asoro, these are those players na, kumbaga in the pecking order of the Ateneo lineup, nasa harap ni Chance Carlton. Including, kumbaga, well, obviously, si Michael Asoro is their lead guard in this.
Also not here in the game right now.
Opportunity for Chance Carlton to step up. I think this is his audition.
Itong buong game actually pwede na natin pangalan ng chance for chance.
Yeah, naman.
It's a chance for chance
Naman.
for Ateneo. And San Sebastian, it is the ultimate tryout.
Oh,
Because when we spoke to the coaching staff earlier, no, talagang in-emphasize nila na a lot of new faces today, but kailan ka pa ba makakaharap ng UAAP school in Ateneo?
Yes.
I mean, when are you gonna face them in a play-in stakes again in the Pinoyliga or any preseason league for that matter? So they're really taking this to heart as we go to the final possession of the first quarter. Chance Carlton now will look to close this chapter with the last shot by the Blue Eagles.
Carlton with a 4 down.
Oh, mukhang na-stuck yun on the wing. Barua tries to set the pick. Floater, no good. Not sure about that last possession by Ateneo, but well defended by the Golden Stags regardless. That's going to be the end of the first 10 minutes of game number 1 of the start of the play-ins ng Pinoyliga Next Man Cup. Right now, your first quarter highlights brought to you by the Shawarma Shack. Both teams missing a lot of key players, but San Sebastian with some unseen heroics by Jerover Cabilia. You have Neil Castor. Pero Ateneo, walang Michael Asoro, walang 3rd Ebdane. Nabanggit na ni Bianca yun kanina. But more basketball to be played in the second quarter. 18-14, Ateneo up by 4. We'll be right back. And now back to the next 10 minutes for game number 1 of the play-ins between the Ateneo Blue Eagles and the San Sebastian Golden Stags. Ateneo still looking offline from perimeter with the exception of Marcos Nicolas having 2 3-pointers in the first quarter. But San Sebastian, their defensive disruption already showing in the first 10 minutes. Can they keep this up? That's the question, Benny.
Kasi si San Sebastian, katulad nung sinabi natin kanina at the start of the stream, we want to see chemistry. And itong grupo naman na ito, they played already for 3 games here at the Next Man Cup. So the expectations is that there's a certain sense of chemistry already. The coaching staff would want to do an assessment.
Definitely.
And see kung saan sila makakapasok. So yun yung purpose sa kanila nitong mga larong katulad nito.
Tan now hands it off to number 24, that's Adam de la Cruz. Dave Flores back to the top of the key. Ateneo keeps moving that ball and finally finds Adam de la Cruz for that wing 3.
Adam de la Cruz continuing with the hot shooting of the Ateneo Blue Eagles.
De Leon trapped there on the right wing. Soler trying to guard Jagna, I believe. Corner 3-pointer, finally gets it in. It's Jerover Cabilia.
That's his calling card. Hindi matatawaran yung 3-point shooting ni Cabilia.
That's a road that he's taken now for San Sebastian. When he was with Guangming, I rarely saw him shoot that shot. Usually you see him off slashes. You see him in that mid-range area, pero corner 3. Just goes to show the versatility of Cabilia.
Si Cabilia, pag tinignan mo, I like to do this player comparison. Para siyang si Paul Samar.
Sasabihin ko sana, Alain Maliksi.
Alain Maliksi,
Pero
Alain
parang
Bulanadi.
hindi pa yata.
Pwedeng ganun. Kasi yung kanyang long limbs, tapos yung kanyang shooting form, looks to be more Paul Samar, more Alain Bulanadi.
And Ateneo gets the trap there on Jagna. Can they first the turnover? Yes! Tan loses it. Just could not hold on to that basketball, and Yan yung isa sa mga sakit ng Ateneo, no? They get a steal in the half court, pero halos laging nabibitawan or turnover from a dribble move.
Actually, hindi lang naman Atenista player ang sakit yan. Normal basketball
Actually, normal,
player.
no?
Kasi pag nakita mo na yung ring tapos may fast break ka, the tendency is to think about your
Fast
shot
break,
already.
fast break.
Oo. Rather than concentrating on the next thing to do. So, it happens to the best of us.
Happens, yeah. Jagna now inbounding with 15 on the shot clock. Amil also in for San Sebastian. Jerover Cabilia 2 for 2. Actually 3 for 3. He made one earlier in the first quarter. Now has 9 points to his name.
Kakaroon na ngayon ng kumbaga assessment ang Baste coaching staff na Cabilia shooter.
Cabilia talaga. Sure.
Cabilia shooter. So
Ateneo gets the end one. That was Adam de la Cruz on that inside shot. Take a look at this replay. That's your shacking play of the game. Brought to you by the Shawarma Shack. Now Adam de la Cruz finds himself at the free throw line for one more. Makes it. San Sebastian being pressured here at the backcourt by Ateneo. Up by 4 now is the Blue Eagles so far with 7 minutes remaining in the second.
No Lumanag, no Buenaflor so far with San Sebastian Golden Stars.
No Ronquillo also.
No Ronquillo, Andre Lumanag, they'll be missing out from their last game. 12 points, 3 rebounds, and 2 steals. While si Kenji Buenaflor was the shooter, the man.
Actually, si Lumanag, isa pa to sa mga parang upgraded Gene Ilagan yan. It looks like Amil took a hard fall there, but looks like he's fine.
Oo, natakot ako. Medyo loud thud.
Tsaka medyo unbelievable, no? Kasi itong si Amil nahulog na tinulak nung si Dave Flores. Hindi naman ganun kalakihan itong si Dave. So, baka yung refs din parang imposible yata yun.
Dave Flores, the son, of course, of Coach Bert Flores. Kapatid ni Andre Flores, former Converge Fiber X, now playing at for the MPBL, the for Team Muntinlupa.
Kakapasok lang ngayon for Ateneo itong si Barua Sultan. Their anchor in the middle to provide some much needed umbrella defense inside. Kick out to Hamora rather. Contorts the shot midair, but Sultan gets it. Another turnover for Ateneo off that steal. All the way, Sultan almost erases it. But what a shot by Sean Hamora.
I think Sean Hamora has a brother, si Sanbeda
Si Kyle.
Red Lions.
Si Kyle Hamora, I think. Kasi medyo unique yung last name eh. Oh, and finally gets that right wing 3 to go was Adam de la Cruz.
Adam de la Cruz is becoming the Spitfire scorer for
Ateneo, no?
the Ateneo Blue Eagles.
Pero yung build niya parang hindi pang shooter, no? Yung build niya kasi parang inside bruiser eh.
Pang Dave Ildefonso.
Oo, medyo, no? That's a good comparison actually. Using the glass off that shot was De Leon. Soler now only up by 3. Looking to attack the defense of Hamora.
San Sebastian playing zone. That's a zone buster. You take your 3.
Yep.
If it falls in, then mag-adjust yung depensa.
Baseball pass down the other side and gets that fake. Oh my goodness! The footwork and the finish.
Maganda yung ginawa niya doon. Para
Si
siyang
Jefferson Jagna.
parang ginawa ni Jagna yung ginagawa ng isang alumni player, Alan Mangahas.
Oo. How could we forget?
Yung sobrang bilis ng bagal.
Yung pagka 2 steps mo, titigil pati yung mga nasa bench. And what a run by San Sebastian. If I'm not mistaken, 7-0 run by the Golden Stags, forcing Ateneo to call timeout. Now they are up by 2. Take a look at this instant replay 3 by Jerover Cabilia at the helm of a 7-0 run. We'll be right back after this timeout. Stay tuned.
Kung bitin sa isa, anong hinihintay pa? Dobling minam na nahanap mo one take one at hindi magbabago. Tara na dito sa Show Mama Shack, Show Mama Shack. Mas masaya pag dalawa. Show Mama Shack, Show Mama Shack. Doble ang sarap, dito may forever ka. Show Mama Shack, oh Show Mama Shack. Kaya dito ka na isama.
Mga kaliga, it has only been 23 days since Coach Rob Labagala took over the Golden Stags, which is why in a state of transition pa rin ang mga players from one system to another. On the other hand, Ken Palaroan is absent for the play-ins as he sprained his ankle in their training yesterday. Nothing serious naman daw according to their physical therapist, but Ken will have to miss a few games for him to fully recover. But Kiko and Benny, who is currently stepping up on behalf of Ken Palaroan,
Baka masyadong na-excite si Bianca. No? Si Kiko, next time pa siya mag-cover. Pero itong si Ken Palaroan, also one of the big assets of San Sebastian. No? He can score inside, another reliable slasher aside from Jerover Cabilia and Jean Ilagan. Pero baka may nakikita ka pang ibang assets nito ni Ken Palaroan.
Well, ako talaga nakita ko si Cabilia kasi yung volume shooting niya is efficient volume shooting. Kung titignan mo yung kanyang percentages from his previous games, ang taas talaga.
Halos laging above 50
Yes.
etong si Cabilia. And I'd say he's one of the more underrated players dito sa Pinoyliga. No? Because San Sebastian is at the bottom of the bracket. So hindi sila masyado napapansin unless may game sila. Like you don't talk about them in the same intensity as the seeded teams like LaSalle, Benilde, EAC. Pero for San Sebastian, he's definitely a big silver lining for this squad.
Would be very interesting to see his combination with Paengare and TJ Pellico.
Maganda yun.
Because Paengare has announced that he will be back.
Yun.
For the San Sebastian Golden Stags.
For season 101.
For season 101.
Yeah.
It would be nice to see kasi pwedeng corner shooter dito si Cabilia. He could be that weak side shooter. Of course, si Paengare would be the creator, the primary decision maker for the San Sebastian Golden Stags for season 101.
And stepping out of bounds with Sean Hamora, Kent Bacani will be stepping into the game for now for San Sebastian. Si Bacani parang di pa natin nakikita yung offensive package niya masyado. Dito for the Golden Stags. No? Let's see what he can do while for the 5 minutes in the second quarter.
Well, again, just like any other tournament, etong next man cup kasi developmental talaga ito. Hinihintay natin na pumutok sila. Maganda na dito na mangyari para
syempre.
Ano yan eh. Kasi yung next level of tournaments natin like the Pinoyliga Collegiate Cup, it's for the A na.
Yeah, correct. And that's gonna be, pwede na ba natin i-announce yun, Sir Benny? Lang ating ano?
It's gonna be on April 26 all the way to June 12, yes.
As we take a look at this LGR rebound of the game by no one other than Sultan Barua. Siyempre naman, the tallest man on the floor getting that LGR rebound. But you were saying, Benny?
Yeah, April 26 mga kaliga all the way to June 12 is gonna be our flagship collegiate cup.
Wow.
And obviously, we're looking forward to a lot of the A teams to be coming in and it's gonna be exciting, Mix. Hindi ko muna masabi kasi
meron na bang mga, I was about to ask nga, Benny, kung may mga kupunan na ba tayong pwedeng maasahan for this collegiate cup on the 26th?
Of course, yung UP Fighting Maroons, they're gonna be fighting it out.
Wow.
Sa collegiate cup. So it's gonna be very exciting because the strongest teams, because Pinoyliga Cup kasi Mix, we're trying to really curate the competition because ang gusto natin, the best possible competition.
Yeah.
Yung gusto natin, we go global, we expand domestically to where the basketball hotbeds are, north, south. A lot of these things kasi ginagawa natin for Philippine basketball because we want to elevate Philippine basketball. Yeah. Starting, of course, with the collegiate level.
Tsaka, with the Collegiate Cup looming at the 26th of April, baka makakita ulit tayo ng LaSalle UP.
Oy, hopefully.
Baka Ateneo LaSalle. Sa
hopefully.
NCAA naman, sasali na ba ang mga CSB?
Oh, yeah.
San Beda?
Let's hope na ma-finalize na natin yung roster within the days, and I'm very optimistic sa May. Sobrang exciting yan because the preseason has already started,
Right.
and there's a lot of tournaments already opening, and we're very excited not just for Pinoyliga Cup but for college basketball in general, because this is the best time for college basketball programs to do preseason, because there's a lot of tournaments. So kumbaga the main purpose of tournaments like this is for burn time.
And timeout muna tayo sa kwentuhan. 31-29 is our score in favor of Ateneo. Up by 2 against the Golden Stags. We'll be right back after this timeout.
Get 8 gigabytes of all-access power.
To do it all.
Plus only TikTok to scroll and share non-stop. Power, work, life, and more. With Smart Power all-access data now up to 90 days. Load now.
And now we return for the second quarter. 31-29 still is our score. So once again, mga kaliga, sa mga hindi nakinig kanina sa last segment natin, abangan ang ating Pinoyliga Collegiate Cup ngayong paparating na April 26 with known giants in college basketball like the UP Fighting Maroons. Maaasahan natin probably ang ating Lasal Green Archers, Ateneo Blue Eagles, CSB. The laundry list is too long para banggitin isa-isa, Benny. Pero, April 26, i-mark na natin yan sa calendars natin. That's a Saturday on the last weekend of April for the Pinoyliga Collegiate Cup.
Best competition possible for college basketball. That's what we want to offer to the basketball public.
Gene Ilaga now for San Sebastian, getting a pick from Castor. Cross court to Bacani. On him is Javier Adevoso. Pull-up jumper by Bacani, no. Dive for the ball, and Hamora ends up with it. Shoots up to nothing. And looks like San Sebastian will regain it. Quetane, three-pointer. Airballs it. Looked like a pretty good shot. Pero kulang lang ng konting lakas dito para kay Axel.
Axel Quetane, isa sa mga long bigs ng San Sebastian Golden Stags. Nakakatawa, sa fun fact to si Axel Quetane, nakakalaro ko yan dun sa village namin.
Oh, wow.
Sa Miranila.
Etong si Axel, no?
Oo, mga kabataan kasi naglalaro pa ako paminsan-minsan. Ako yung kanilang tito.
Yun. Nagpa-pub stamp lang kumbaga itong si Axel, no? Papawis na lang siguro ni Axel.
Hindi ko na siya pinopostehan doon. Mahirap na.
Baka di na siya maglaro sa San Sebastian. Baka biglang matakot na parang, shucks, ito na pala yung kakaharapin ko sa ibang division, no?
Baka mamaya sabihin niya, this is what I'm gonna be when I'm 47.
Wow!
But,
baka siya yung laro nito ni Axel,
The kids from that side of Quezon City, mga good kids yan. Nakakita maraming mga potential talents talaga.
Now at the line is Gene Ilagan. Missing his first free throw. With him for San Sebastian, Axel Quetane, Neil Castor, Kent Bacani, and Jagna. Sorry, that's Braille Garay with him, not Jagna. My mistake. Carlton now brings it down against Gene. Puts on the brakes, but early foul called on Gene Ilagan. Both teams in the penalty now, so that's 2 free throws for Chance Carlton. And nahihirapan yung Ateneo sa defensive scheme ng San Sebastian. Hindi sila basta-basta nakakapasok ng bola sa loob. Their three-pointers are always well covered. Chance Carlton, medyo na-check na siya ng konti sa mga rotation.
Because pag tinignan mo rin mabuti si San Sebastian Golden State, they're quite big.
Yeah, they are.
Yung bigness nila is in the form of mahahabang wings din nila. Hindi naman necessarily that you have one big player at the center position, but meron silang kumbaga listahan or a few players na ginagamit nila sa rotation nila na dun sa wing position na malalaki, mahahaba.
Hindi sila masyadong width length yung mga players nila
That's true.
Ilagan, top of the key against Carlton. Shot clock reads 10. All the way to the hole is Gene Ilagan. Flips it up with the left. Tough shot by Gene Ilagan. Parang buwis-buhay drive yun. Pero napasok ni Gene yun. Oh, and Chance Carlton looking to answer back, but Chance at 2 now at the free throw line.
I like that aggressiveness by Chance Carlton because na-recognize niya yung mismatch niyang yun Kasi alam niya na siya, kahit malaki yon, yung athletic ability niya will shine dun sa drive na yun.
Gene Ilagan now will take a seat. Will just approach the bench. Hindi pa pala siya uupo. As Chance Carlton makes his first free throw here for Ateneo.
Chance Carlton, like I mentioned in the previous broadcast, reminds me of another Ateneo
Sino kaya to?
Jared Brown.
Naku, di ko pala kilala to.
From 2 years ago, he was one of the important players, one and done siya. Noong season 86.
86. Oh, kasi 2 seasons ago
That was the last Final Four appearance of the Blue Eagles.
When Bacani gets his pocket picked, all the way Solar blocked at the apex by Kitane. Looked like it was a good block, but referees saw it differently. Solar will be headed to the line.
If you look at the game of Santi Solar, very aggressive tong batang ito. He knows how to score. Parang sabi ko, player comparison Troy Malilin with his frame.
Yeah.
This is the best chance for him to show his scoring ability.
Yeah.
Because 7 players, again, players that's in front of him in the pecking order of the lineup, wala. So best time for Santi Solar itong game na to.
Now San Sebastian will bring this down, courtesy of Franz Choidian. Finds Bacani. On him is Adam de la Cruz. Castor now on Tupas. Shot clock winding down here for San Sebastian. No shot yet. And three-pointer goes in for Kent Bacani.
Yan na yung pinapakita na ni Kent Bacani mix that you were mentioning
earlier. Ngayon alam ko na. May outside shooting para itong si Kent. Pero babawi kaya si De La Cruz? No, he can't. Maybe later. Bacani now will try to push against De La Cruz. All the way. Excellent drop pass to Castor, pero great defense there by Ateneo. Still staying with it as San Sebastian. Third try. Could be the charm. Axel to the free throw line.
Axel Kitane, long limb, mahabang bata who could play the 4-5 position, but ang utilization sa kanya ng coaching staff is a 4.
Substitution now for Ateneo. Lonzo Tan will be checking in. Uupo muna si Mark Reyes. Scored 2 points earlier for Ateneo. Rattles in and out. On that first one was Axel Kitane. Ateneo sees De La Cruz, Adevoso, Solar, Tupas, and Tan. San Sebastian sporting Bacani, Kitane, Chuidian, Garay, and Castor. Solar, football pass to the other side. De La Cruz, open on the wing. Again, missing is Adam. Ang dami nilang open look dun sa right wing na yan. Just could not sink it for Ateneo. The score would be so different if he just kept on draining those threes. He wasn't as contested.
Yes. I think ang rule din talaga natin is that you shoot the three if you're open.
Yeah.
Nakasama rin talaga yun sa game plan nila. And yung mga bata naman, they just have to keep shooting. Kumbaga, if they want to do volume, they have to go to that 40%, 39% level because those are the times na nananalo sila. If they go dive down sila to that 25% na talagang inaalat sila, there's a big chance na hindi sila makakakuha ng panalo.
Nakapitan ni Santi Solar dun. Itong si Castor, kaya penalty ngayon. Ang dalawang koponan tied at 37.
It's a good game that we have here, Migs.
Oh, yeah.
Parang
Lapit pa.
mukhang down the wire ito at some point.
Oh. Unless maka-run ng key.
Yes.
Because so far, the team that has proved that they can make a run against the other is San Sebastian. Ateneo so far, parang patingin-tingin yung firepower nila eh. But San Sebastian has that capability, and like Jerover Cabilia, Gene Ilagan, pwede na rin to si Kent Makani as he contributes from outside. The shot clock now winding down to 10.
Makani looking to ISO.
Oh, attracts the double but kicks it out. Extra pass, corner 3. No good. A pretty good play drawn up by San Sebastian, freeing up number 55, that's Braille Garay. But after 20 minutes of play, we are deadlocked at 37 for game number 1 of our play-ins as we take a look at these second quarter highlights brought to you by the Shawarma Shack. San Sebastian obviously bringing their usual brand of defense. They're rebounding as a team. They're playing as a team. They're being patient with their offense. Ateneo getting into those outside shots pero hindi lang pa talaga bumabagsak and medyo hirap sa pag-assert ng inside dominance. 37 all is our score. We'll be right back for the second half. Stay tuned.
Kung bitin sa isa, anong hinihintay pa? Dobling minam na nahanap mo ay nandito na. Sarap na buy one take one at hindi magbabago. Tara na dito sa Shawarma Shack, Shawarma Shack. Mas masaya ang pagdalawa. Shawarma Shack, Shawarma Shack. Doble ang sarap, dito may forever ka. Shawarma Shack, oh Shawarma Shack. Kaya dito ka na isama.
Get 8 gigabytes of all-access power.
To do it all.
Plus only TikTok to scroll and share non-stop. Power, work, life, and more with Smart Power All-access data now up to 90 days. Load now.
isa, anong hinihintay pa? Dobleng minamnam na hanap mo ay nandito na. Sarap na buy one take one at hindi magbabago. Tara na dito sa Show Mama Shack, Show Mama Shack. Mas masaya pag dalawa. Show Mama Shack, Show Mama Shack. Doble ang sarap, dito may forever ka. Show Mama Shack, oh Show Mama Shack. Kaya dito ka na isama.
Get 8 gigabytes of all-access power.
To do it all.
Plus only TikTok to scroll and share non-stop. Power, work, life, and more. With Smart Power all-access data now up to 90 days. Load now.
Sa isa, anong hinihintay pa? Dobleng minamnam na hanap mo ay nandito na. Sarap na buy one take one at hindi magbabago. Tara na dito sa Show Mama Shack, Show Mama Shack. Mas masaya pag dalawa. Show Mama Shack, Show Mama Shack. Doble ang sarap, dito may forever ka. Show Mama Shack, oh Show Mama Shack. Kaya dito ka na isama.
Get 8 gigabytes of all-access power.
And now coming back into the action, 37-all is our score for game number 1 of the Pinoyliga Next Man Cup play-ins between the Ateneo Blue Eagles and the San Sebastian Golden Stags. As we take a look at these highlights from the first 20 minutes of action, Barua Sultan has been proven to be a good defensive anchor here for this Blue Eagles squad, supplemented by the likes of Marcos Nicolas, Dave Flores, and an unassuming Adam de la Cruz and Aquiles de Guzman being perimeter threats for Ateneo, and San Sebastian with their usual style of play. Taking a look at the stats so far, 5 out of 16 and 6 out of 15. Looking at the 3-point field goal percentage of both teams, so wala pang masyadong nakakabira over that 50% mark. So definitely something that they can work on. In the rebound department, 18-13 Ateneo, surprisingly out-rebounding this Golden Stag offense by 5 with that differential, and the assists. 10-7, San Sebastian has done a better job sharing the basketball, getting everyone involved. Sinabi nga ni acting head coach Melo Navarro that this is like a big tryout na kakaharapin nila itong Ateneo de Manila Blue Eagles, and it's like a once in a blue moon opportunity for this San Sebastian squad. Equal at the turnover department. Tignan muna natin ang ating leading scorers. So far naman, De La Cruz with 12 for Ateneo, Carlton with 8, Marcos Nicolas at the bottom of the pack with 6. Drover Cabilia obviously heading all scorers for San Sebastian with 12. Kent Bacani with an easy 6, and Neil Castor with 5. Once again, San Sebastian is missing the likes of Lance Ronquillo, their A players like Ken Palaroan due to an injury. Same thing with Ateneo. Wala sina 30 Dane and other key contributors in this ball club because they have these prior commitments or they're coming from injuries. So titignan naman natin yon. Puntahan naman natin ang ating courtside reporter na si Bianca Tagarda. Makakakwentuhan naman natin sa side ng San Sebastian ang ating acting head coach na si Melo Navarro. Ano ba yung plano niya sa laro nito against Ateneo? We'll see what he has to say with Bianca Tagarda. Bianca?
Mga kaliga, I'm here with our halftime interview from the San Sebastian Golden Stags coaching staffs. That is Coach Melo Navarro. Now, Coach Melo, good afternoon po sa inyo and thank you for joining me in this halftime interview. Now, Coach Melo, wala pa nga pong 1 month since your transfer to the San Sebastian Golden Stags. Pero how are the players adapting to the system lately po?
Well, actually, we're very happy to Coach Rob, especially. He's very happy with how the way the players are adapting to the changes. We all know San Sebastian hasn't reached the Final Four for almost 8 years now. So we really need to make some changes in terms of first is the mindset of the players. Yun yung una naming inayos talaga. So ngayon, we're really happy that we're competing with Ateneo. The players are responding, but we're setting the bar higher for San Sebastian. So hopefully we'll be able to achieve that.
Yes po, Coach Melo. Thank you so much po for joining me in this halftime interview. Mga kaliga, let's go back to Migs and Benny.
Thank you, Bianca. And once again, that is acting head coach Melo Navarro for the San Sebastian Golden Stags. Yun nga yung kailangan nilang i-correct. Coming into this Pinoyliga Next Man Cup season, now we're in the play-ins. It's the mindset of the players. Sabi nga ni Coach Melo na 8 years na, hindi nakakapasok ng Final Four itong San Sebastian, and that is something that can boil down into the minds of the players, something that they have to actively change, actively revise, and going up against a giant in a program such as the Ateneo de Manila Blue Eagles, it's a very tall order for this San Sebastian squad. Now beginning the third quarter, San Sebastian will have the first possession. 37-all is our score so far. Welcome to the third quarter. And for those who have just tuned in, you are watching the Pinoyliga Next Man Cup. You can catch us online on our Facebook and YouTube pages in the Pinoyliga Cup, or you can watch us live here at our venue in the ENDERUN Titan Gym in Taguig City. Third quarter underway. Santi Soler losing it to Kitane. Ilagan. 2-1-2 fast break with Castor, finished with a left-hand layup.
Ngayon sinasabi natin, Mix, na yung mga long-limbed 3-4 wing ng San Sebastian Golden Stags, tumatakbo mga runners din.
Tan, excellent pass to Sultan. Just did not finish quick enough from that inside pass by Lonzo, but Sultan will be earning free throws, the first free throws of the third quarter.
This is what Coach Buboy was saying, improvement in the finish of Sultan Barua.
And this is your Eastern Communications assist of the ball game. Gene Ilagan to Neil Castor. And Sultan misses that first one. Some heckling from that San Sebastian bench. Pero sinabi ni Neil Castor na wag niyo gawin yun. Class muna tayo.
But I think
Di
may
pa.
violation yata dun sa isang tira na yan. Dahil may tumawid.
Yeah. And Barua makes this first one now. And Sultan asking the bench of San Sebastian to quiet down. Relax lang kayo. Baka nakakalimutan nyo. One point game lang to. And Sultan airballs the second one after silencing that crowd.
Well, it's the mind games that's happening now between those players.
Kitane now will inbound for San Sebastian. And definitely now, if naramdaman nila yung pressure in the first half, this second half is absolutely crucial. Each defensive stop counts, each basket counts, each foul counts.
I think the teams understand the gravity of the game because this would propel them to at least the fourth position. 50% na nung kailangan lang gawin, nagawa na nila.
Yes.
So, the teams understand how important this is.
Once they're up 1-0, I mean, it puts them in prime position to secure that fourth seed. Soler almost runs out. Carlton has to put it up now. Runs out of time. And that is going to be a 24-second shot clock violation against Ateneo.
You like the energy of the San Sebastian Golden Stags' bench. Siyempre, sumisigaw sila. They recognize na kaunti na lang yung shot clock, telling their teammates na nasa floor.
Wag na kayo mag-foul.
Oo. Yeah. So, you like that energy if you're starting as a coach for a team. kung nakikita mo na yung initial batch na kino-coach mo, may ganon, that's an indication na, may team chemistry.
Cabilia, corner 3, no good. After that preliminary knife in by Jerover Cabilia. Sorry, by Gene Ilagan rather.
There was a leak out by Santi Soler and late na recognize ng Ateneo Blue.
Sayang yun. Soler attacks the paint. That's his move. Carlton out to Nicolas. Finds Sultan at the post. Quick move. And fouled upstairs by number 8 from San Sebastian. That's Neil Castor.
The bigs of the San Sebastian Golden Stags, they collapse immediately.
Kailangan eh.
Kay Sultan Barua, 4 players from the Ateneo Blue Eagles, naka 4 out sila looking for shooters, pero collapse sila pag nakita nila na binababa na yung bola from the guards all the way to Sultan Barua na nandun sa poste.
Kasi kung hindi, mamumuhunan talaga si Sultan dyan.
Yeah.
Na kapag hindi siya dinodouble agad, madali lang yan para kay Barua.
Mahihirapan ng single coverage ng San Sebastian Golden Stags on Sultan Barua. Of course, of the height and the length of Sultan, they don't have a matchup on it. Although Axel Quitane in terms of height, potentially, pero yung haba, medyo malaking advantage ni Sultan.
But Sultan Barua, with these double teams coming in the paint, something that he has to hone in this game and moving forward is passing off that double team. Nakikita niya kagad, kapag may dumoble sa kanya, yung mindset is may libre. Titignan natin kung pag may nag-double, libre ba si Chance? Libre ba si Lonzo? Libre ba si Marcos? And of course, his teammates have to do a better job in getting open off that double team from the post.
That's the development that you want to see from Sultan Barua because it takes time. Remember, this kid is recruited from Lagos.
Yeah.
Yung Philippine style of basketball, I'm sure hindi pa siya ganun ka-familiar, and it's an opportunity itong ganitong klaseng liga for Sultan Barua to develop footwork, hand skills, etc.
Marcos Nicolas whistled for that travel there as Kent Bacani finishes from that chase down defense of Chance Carlton. Ilagan using this Quitane screen. 3-pointer on the way, no. Chasing down that rebound is Jerover and stripped away by De La Cruz. Ateneo on the break. Not getting to put on the break soon enough. Free throws naman para kay Adam.
Adam De La Cruz showing us that, meron pa siyang fight in him in third quarter. Would probably be a continuance ng kanyang scoring rampage of some sort doon sa second quarter.
De La Cruz misses that first one. I think De La Cruz had 6 in the first half, if I'm not mistaken. No?
He was at the forefront of the scoring of the Ateneo Blue Eagles.
Gets that second shot to go was Adam. Bastet now. Ilagan against Nicolas. Hand off to Bacani. Pull up 3-pointer. Overshoots it just a bit. But Ilagan takes away that ball. And that's going to be a holding foul on number 24. That's Adam De La Cruz.
Mix, take this. Of course, Adam De La Cruz, part of the UAAP lineup, together with Michael Asoro and Kyle Gamber, Femi Edu. Ito yung yung mga player list ng Ateneo na binaba nila sa Next Man Cup. So, a lot is expected from Adam De La Cruz in this game, knowing that he is part of the A-team.
Tan tries to get a post up against De Leon. Carlton to Nicolas. 3-pointer on the way for Chance. Perimeter moves continue, but Barua Sultan finally gets that put back dunk and a technical well earned, I believe, by Barua, hanging onto the rim.
I think he's not yet familiar with
hindi pa niya alam. Ngayon hindi niya alam, but sinasabi ni Nicolas na huwag ka mag-complain after the shacking play of the game. Brought to you by Shawarma Shack. Kala ko gagayahin niya si Arwin Santos eh.
Ay, tataas yung paa.
Oo, pero bawal na yun eh.
Yes.
Hanging, no? Bawal na yun. Technical foul na yun.
And he's in that, face. Ano.
Pero ngayon, mukhang pinapaliwanag na, that's not how we do it here. Maybe in Lagos, hindi siya foul, diba? Sa mga laro nila, diba? Sa Nigeria. You never know, kasi baka iba yung rules or mga scrimmage lang. Pero dito, that's a matic technical foul.
Yeah. Kasi ano siya, he hanged on to the rim.
Yep.
Medyo extended version ba?
Medyo halata kasi medyo may tonte.
Yeah.
And Carlton gets another 2 points for Ateneo. Going on a little 4-0 run here. Oh, and Ilagan just immediately gets out of the trap. But Nicolas, counter steal by Jean. And Bacani takes control. The hustle by Jean Ilagan. Outside to Kitane. 10 seconds on the shot clock now for San Sebastian. Denied by Carlton.
He has to
Carlton
go all the way.
ahead of everyone. Puts it up. No good. Now he has a second chance. Reset. 3-point up here for Ateneo. De La Cruz. That's his spot. Wing 3-pointer. No. And that's going to be an easy whistle against Drover Cabilia. And Jagna will check in for San Sebastian. Uupo muna, I believe, itong si Bacani. Sorry, si Jean pala. And getting some well-deserved minutes on the bench here is Jean Ilagan after the intensity he has just played for San Sebastian. De La Cruz now with 14 on the inbound.
De La Cruz sporting the number 24 jersey number for Ateneo. Kobe.
Parang Kobe no?
Yeah.
Pero yung laro niya, parang pang Duncan Robinson. Lonzo Tan all the way to the basket. Nobody contesting him there. Parang Duncan Robinson kasi catch and shoot Or medyo Ray Allen na nga
Yeah.
Bacani, crowded there by Ateneo. Cabilia, step back jumper. Smooth as silk.
Very impressive yung shooting ni Cabilia. Not just in this game, but all tournament long.
Yes.
I think the tournament should take notice about how great the shooter he is.
And Adam De La Cruz doesn't want just 3. He wants 4 points for himself.
Wow.
Getting fouled from that 3-pointer was Adam as we take a look at this instant replay. Adam De La Cruz getting fouled there on that left wing. Nothing but swish for De La Cruz.
You love his stroke. Kita mo naman from that angle.
Clean na clean
Malinis, makita mo yung kanyang follow through, yung footwork that has to do. Kasi a lot of shooting, ang hindi naiintindihan na iba.
Footwork.
Malaking bagay yung footwork, malaking bagay yung leg strength to that.
Absolutely. Kasi kapag nag-fatigue ka na sa game yun yung magiging problema. Okay pa yung shooting lang. Kung di ka na napapagod. But to do it day in, day out, play after play, running through screens, setting screens, defending. Yung footwork, malaking bagay talaga yan. Jagna trying to get that pick from Kitane. Passes it again to Jerover. Pero napayungan kagad ni Lonzo. 3-pointer on the way for De Leon. Finally gets that corner 3 to fall.
If I'm the coaching staff of the San Sebastian Golden Stags, I'll be very happy with what this current group is showing kasi they have the fight in them.
Oh yeah.
Nakikita din natin kung ano yung ibubuga from the inside and the outside. So ibig sabihin, it's an optimistic situation dahil may pyesa yung bagong coaching group na pumasok.
De La Cruz, same spot, different result. Tracking down the rebound, second chance now. De La Cruz all the way. Bit too strong on that layup. Tanyanko, kakapasok lang para sa Ateneo. Jagna. Wow.
We're talking here of Saber Tanghanko, another veteran, together with Dave Flores, together with Alonzo Luna, who has been a fixture of the Team B Ateneo program for the last 3 years.
Pasok naman dito si Jerome Rodriguez for San Sebastian. Russell Rodriguez rather. And upo muna si Axel Kitane, a big man for a big man. San Sebastian now with Cabilia, Jagna, De Leon, Rodriguez, and Castor. Ateneo has Tanchi seeing his first few minutes of the ball game. Carlton, Barua, Tanjanko, and De La Cruz. Chan sinks it. And Santi Soler also checking in with Daniel Tupas. The primary stringers back in action for Ateneo.
From one lefty to another, Chance Carlton being replaced by Santi Soler.
Si Tanchi, isa sa mga shooter din to ng Ateneo.
Yes.
Kapag iniwan mo yan na bukas, lista mo na yan.
Yeah, together with Saber Tanghanko, they're scorers. I remember si Xavier during our early days ng Next Man Cup mix nung nasa Activate Hoop Arena pa tayo.
Oh, matagal na yun
Yeah.
Oh. And pakinggan muna natin ang ating courtside reporter, si Bianca Tagar. Bianca?
It has been years since their Final Four finish, says Coach Melo Navarro, referring to the Golden Stags who has been silent in the NCAA lately. Pero magbabago na raw ang lahat following the coaching changes, but in order to ensure reformation ay kailangan daw magsimula sa mindset ng players. As per Coach Melo, it's about giving them confidence on and off the court that even if they do not have a coach present, ay alam nilang kayang-kaya nilang lumaban. Now Mix and Benny witnessing the Golden Stags before here in the Pinoyliga Next Man Cup. What changed to them now?
Thank you, Bianca. I mean, I think that's a perfect question for Benny. No? San Sebastian joined, I think, ever since the inception of Pinoyliga, but I may be mistaken. Ano ba yung naging changes nila ever since they joined the program, the league, and up until now?
In the case of the San Sebastian Golden Stags, this is the first time that they joined the Next Man Cup. So, I think there's a recognition already from the San Sebastian program na kailangan nila i-develop yung B players din nila.
Santi Soler finishing that end one basket against number 50, si Axel Kitane. And Santi does not finish the play. Up by 6 itong Ateneo squad na to. Parang silent lang sila, nakaalamang ng 6, no? Parang hindi natin namalayan na nagkaroon na sila ng 6-point cushion here against Baste.
Side story lang, Migs, ano? I used to play pick-up basketball together with Coach Nico Salva dyan sa Bel Air, together with one of our analysts, si Justin Almeida. No?
The flight risk.
Yes. At nakakalaro ko yun si Santi Soler. So,
yes, Justin mentioned. Okay, and Tanjanko makes his presence felt now with 2 points.
Xavier is slowly showing us how great a scorer he is. Oh, that's nice.
What a move by Jagna, just could not finish. Well covered there by Tanjanko. Soler, corner 3-pointer for Tanjanko, no good. Parang ba't kaya siyang iniiwan na bukas, no? Na alam nilang shooter na.
Baka hindi na scout, baka hindi nila nakita yung laro ni Xavier.
Possible. And De La Cruz now pulls it down for Ateneo.
It's a very critical quarter for the Ateneo Blue Eagles kasi nga umuunting nakakawala na sila. Not just because they're shooting great, but because they're executing dun din sa loob.
Yes. Ito nga yung patience na pinag-usapan natin kanina, Benny. No? Na they have to be patient when it comes to their sets. And Xavier Tanjanko makes the 3 to drive the nail to the coffin. 60 to 49 now, rather. 11-point lead for the Blue Eagles as we see claps all around for the blue and white. Tanjanko, hand down, man down. We'll be right back after this timeout. Stay tuned. And what was a close game in the first half, it's now an 11-point cushion for Ateneo. What has contributed to this double-digit lead of Ateneo?
The magic bunot, Xavier Tanghanko. is one of the biggest reasons. I think fittingly so, because 2 years ago he was the scorer of the B team together with Ice Danting, together with si Dave Flores was being used extensively together with sila Lechoncito. Ito yung mga pangalan na
Lechoncito.
Yes, he's now a part of the coaching staff. Ang nangyayari ngayon dito is that si Xavier, siya yung natira together with Alonzo Luna. I think this is the best time for Xavier to step up again.
Again.
Yeah.
I mean, he took on that role 2 years ago, and it looks like he's being called to step into those shoes again. As Ilagan will check in here for De Leon.
Yeah, in a way, kasi ito mga players na to from Ateneo, these are Pinoyliga Cup babies, in a way.
Oh, kumbaga, no?
We always tell about how Clint Escamis developed inside the Pinoyliga Cup. He's a Pinoyliga Cup baby. Kaya marami rin talaga dito mga nagsimula.
Alala ko pa yun.
Nagsisimula pa lang sila there with us.
Pretty move by Jagna, slicing through the defense and just stunting them in their place. Soler now. Pass it to De La Cruz, asking for it on the wing, and for good reason. And had some words for Gene Ilagan as he walked back on defense. Wonder what he said.
De La Cruz has a prototypical 2-3 body. Ang ganda ng potential niya if he develops well into the 2 spot.
Cabilia answers back with a 3 of his own, and it's a 3-point shootout here at the Titan Gym in Enderun as we see a 9-point lead now for Ateneo. As we take a look at this replay, no? Adam De La Cruz made the 3, and Drover Cabilia says, right back at ya. We'll be right back after this timeout. Last 20 seconds in the third quarter.
Get 8 gigabytes of all-access power.
To do it all.
Plus only TikTok to scroll and share non-stop. Power, work, life, and more with Smart Power All. All-access data now up to 90 days. Load now.
And now we are back for the final seconds of the third quarter, 63-54. The first half was a close game, and now it's a battle of 3-pointers. Ngayon, Benny, no, na medyo, actually hindi medyo, mababa yung 3-point field goal percentage ng both teams na to kanina. But now it looks like the ring is an ocean for both of these teams. And just finding spot after spot, sinking shot after shot for both of these squads.
I'm so impressed with how Jeremy Cabilia has been shooting.
Oh, yeah.
I mentioned
Lights out
earlier,
talaga.
Iba talaga siya. His volume, but at the same time, he's efficient.
Soler, one shot pull up, and that floater is pure.
Wow, si Santi Soler, we mentioned earlier, best time.
And Ilagan not with enough time. Score now is 65-54 in favor of Ateneo, taking on a double-digit lead again as we end the first part of the second half. As we take a look at these third quarter highlights, brought to you by the Shawarma Shack San Sebastian, sharing the ball well late here in the game. Ateneo finding their groove, extinguishing that fire by the Golden Stags. Their defensive intensity, no match for the Ateneo firepower. We'll be right back for the fourth quarter. Stay tuned for more Pinoyliga action.
Kung bitin sa isa, anong hinihintay pa? Dobling minam nung nahanap mo ay nandito na. Sarap na buy one take one at hindi magbabago. Tara na dito sa Shawarma Shack, Shawarma Shack. Mas masaya pag dalawa. Shawarma Shack, Shawarma Shack. Doble ang sarap, dito may forever ka. Shawarma Shack, oh Shawarma Shack. Kaya dito ka na isama.
And our audience members present here at the Enderun Titan Gym, Fun, Fan, and Fam is all about the Amelie Hotel Manila dito sa Titan Gym ng Enderun, supporting their home teams in Ateneo and San Sebastian. so far it's still anyone's game actually with the final 10 minutes, no. Nakita natin the first half ended in a deadlock, a 37-all, and now an 11-point lead for Ateneo. What does San Sebastian have to do now to regain control and put themselves back in the captain's seat?
It has to start with the big men na kailangan maging contributor on their part, because a lot of the points that they have came from the outside. They have to execute on their inside game as well so that magkaroon ng variety at the same time to keep the Ateneo defense guessing.
Eh yun nga yung hindi pa masyadong nagagawa ng San Sebastian, no? And it looks like there will be a review here of the referees. San Sebastian was saying it was off of Tanchi. Referees at the scorer's table to confer.
This has been a very effective five for the Ateneo Blue Eagles with Tanchi and Tanhanko, the double T's for Ateneo,
no? Yeah.
together with Santi Soler.
Yep.
They went small, but they went fast and they went lights out shooting. I think yun yung nangyari, no? Now De La Cruz is on the bench right now, pero pag tinignan mo mabuti, may option pa sila for a De La Cruz to come in the latter stages of this fourth quarter.
I think they're trying to review now kung ilang minutes pa yun natitira coming from that block ni Neil Castor, no? As Tanchi was obviously blocked on that perimeter shot. But let's see what the referees will confirm here. But that was clear. Actually, parang may contention pa nga na sinabi ni Castor na it was off of Tanchi after that block. Let's see about this.
You know, if I were Caleb Tanchi, I'll be very inspired playing because every time naglalaro ang Ateneo, yung kanyang family
buong pamilya ni
is
Caleb
here to support. And you know, you love that.
Yeah.
You love that that your family supports you and they're with you in your development, in your journey, your own journey as a basketball player. So props, of course, to the Tanchi family. We've been saying this. Paul Tanchi has deep roots in Ateneo, being a player.
Santi Soler now with 4 seconds on the shot clock. Inbounding here for the Blue Eagles. Trying to find Tanjanko. Not finding Caleb. Tupas loses the ball. Cabilia puts on the gas. Pull up for three. Almost in again for Jerover.
If Jerover Cabilia could develop other facets in his ball game, he'll be a very, very dangerous player. Because yung shooting niya is lights out. But if he could get, you know, like what I mentioned earlier, keep defenses guessing because of his versatility, it's gonna get better for him.
Offensive foul is called on Mark Reyes. Inside si Castor kagad din nakapansin. And San Sebastian will regain possession here. Take a look at this replay. Mark Reyes, mukhang not a screen pala si Castor, trying to fight for position. Ilagan brings it down here for San Sebastian. Tanchi caught between screens. Three-pointer by Bacani, no.
And, San Sebastian Golden Stags are falling in love with their three-point shots. It's a very dangerous situation that they have.
And Soler just driving into traffic, but no foul there after Kitane with a key block. Ilagan fakes the shot. Euro to Castor. Three-pointer. In, out, and in again. Para kay Genie Ilagan, and even he's in disbelief after that shot went in.
You'd be very happy for the San Sebastian Golden Stags kasi pumasok siya. But then again, it's an emergency shot.
Yeah.
Hindi siya within the flow. Kinailangan niya lang siyang kunin.
Tanchi cross-court to Tanjanko. Just a three-man game here in the perimeter. Have to create some space. Tupas to Tanchi. And Tupas will find himself on the floor as Caleb helps him up. Take a look at this replay here from the top of the key. Ilagan just using that front of the rim. and gets the awa. Kumbaga, gets that shot to go.
40 minutes from Xavier Tanghangco. In comes De La Cruz. Tingin ko, De La Cruz will be here for the long haul.
Chance Carlton. Mukhang ito rin pang long haul. Tanchi in and out on that three. Napakapit na sa upuan yung pamilya ni Caleb Tanchi. nung tumira si Caleb. They were so ready to cheer. But now just up by 8 as Ateneo. San Sebastian still within knocking distance of this Blue Eagle squadron.
Far from over. 7 minutes, 8 points.
Chance gives it to De La Cruz. Gives it back to Adam. Drives to the basket. Up and under shot is no good. Oh, and referee's whistle that ball will stay with Ateneo after that foul by Kent Bacani.
Another learning situation for the Golden Stags. Coach Melo Navarro pointing that out to Bacani.
And Marcos Nicolas now checks in for Caleb Tanchi. Di pa naka-tres, di pa naka-cheer yung pamilya ni Caleb eh. Pero papaupin muna siya. Baka papapasukin ulit mamaya.
I'm sure at some point Caleb Tanchi will explode.
Kent Bacani was saying that he only has 3 personal fouls, but referees mentioning that he has 4, I believe. Pero mukhang na-sort out na. Now Jerover Cavilla back in the game. Out to Marcos Nicolas. Corner 3. Yes, sir. Much needed for Ateneo to create more space. Just a bit more breathing room here.
They're going back to their DNA of shooting lights out. It's always been that way with them.
Oh, akala ko may isasagot kagad dun.
Maganda kasi pumapasok eh. Wow!
What a catch by Mark Reyes.
Wow!
That looked like a catch by a wide receiver.
Oo nga.
That looked like the NFL. Mark Reyes just overextending past 2 Golden Stags. After this Eastern Communications assist of the game. Pass so nice, you gotta see it twice. That floater is in for Mark Reyes. Assisting on that play was Chance Carlton. We'll be right back after this timeout. Don't go away.
Kung bitin sa isa, anong hinihintay pa? Dobling minam na nahanap mo ay nandito na. Sarap na buy one take one at hindi magbabago. Tara na dito sa Shawarma Shack, Shawarma Shack. Mas masaya pag dalawa. Shawarma Shack, Shawarma Shack. Doble ang sarap, dito may forever ka. Shawarma Shack, oh Shawarma Shack. Kaya dito ka na isama.
And now back to the 4th quarter as we see the 13-point lead here by the Blue Eagles. Again, just going back. Babalik tanaw ulit tayo, Benny, no? The first 20 minutes was a deadlock. The 3rd quarter, nakalamang na Ateneo, and they still find themselves in the lead now with 6.5 remaining. About that time, 7 minutes. San Sebastian still not being able to pass it to their big men and getting some action on the inside. Meron bang silang pwedeng i-implement dito na maybe a certain action that they can do? What do you think?
Well, this pick and roll action up top kasi kakailanganin nila dyan kung nandyan yung bigs nila sa taas. Some shooters, some mid-range shooters na bigs, yun ang kakailanganin niya because they're not actively looking for the post position eh. Wala naman silang ginagawang seal sa ilalim. Kaya doon mo makikita na ang strength talaga ng San Sebastian Golden Stags will be those wing position na dapat mag-pick up din naman yung mid-range shots nila. Unlike, kasi nangyayari ngayon, puro 3 points lang sila. Yun yung nangyayari.
Yes. Oh, and gets the end one is Gene Ilagan after that dipsy-do layup by Chance Carlton for Ateneo on the other end.
They don't have a legitimate post presence. Like Sultan Barua for Ateneo.
And right now, Sultan Barua is still on the bench. But San Sebastian still failing to capitalize. Oh, he just came in now.
Just came in now.
Ano ba yan? Binati ulit eh.
Narinig ka yata.
Narinig yata tayo.
Ang importante kasi is that even without the presence of a solid post presence,
Kailangan kaya pa rin nila eh.
it has to they have to be very creative with what they have.
Chance Carlton gets that pick from Mark Reyes. Nicolas. Here comes Barua. No double yet. Hands it off to Adam. He can attack that line. Great bubble by San Sebastian. And comes up with a big defensive stop. Cabilia. Hands it off to Hamora. Kitane fakes the DHO. Shot clock reads at 7 now, and they are miles away from the ring.
The lack of pass cut relocate action para sa San Sebastian Golden Stats, it only goes to show na talagang medyo malayo pa sila.
Yeah.
Kasi ang importanteng makita natin dito is yung cut action, wala eh.
Wala.
So yung sigla dun sa opensa nila might just happen dun sa latter part of that 24-second shot clock because they're gonna be forced to shoot.
But going back to what Coach Melo Navarro said, no, for this San Sebastian squad, wala talaga yung all of their main players on purpose. This is like one big tryout for San Sebastian. They're preparing themselves for season 101 and even 102. Coach Melo Navarro just went as far as saying na they're preparing for the next season after the next season. Kumbaga, so all of these players, pinipila nila against a UAAP giant like Ateneo for experience.
Ang naging challenge din kasi sa San Sebastian programs that they never had the chance to have a program that will continue after year 1.
The last
two coaches that they had, they weren't able to really dive down on a comprehensive program. So I think doon ang gagaling si Coach Melo Navarro na kung titingnan natin mabuti, let's have a foresight of 3 to 5 years.
Correct.
For a program to prosper.
Yun naman dapat eh.
Magkaroon ng fruition, ika nga nila. No? Hindi naman nagagawa yan ng isang taon.
No look pass by Chance Carlton to Mark Reyes for the inside basket. Pretty pass there from Chance. Ilagan setting the table here for San Sebastian. On him is Marcos Nicolas. And offensive foul by Neil Castor. And Neil is obviously pleading for that flop. Pero call will stay as we take a look at this replay. Nicolas, Carlton to Reyes. Perfect execution on that fast break for Ateneo. And Carlton now will bring it down for Ateneo. On him is Zamora. And Carlton just bringing down that's Sean Zamora twice in a row. Pakinggan muna natin ang ating courtside reporter Bianca Tagarda for more reports from the sidelines.
The notion that the Ateneo Blue Eagles are full of only Philam players is debunked dahil hindi lang naman mga Philam ang meron sa Ateneo kundi mga homegrown players who have been playing the one big fight since grade school. And one perfect example is Arquiles de Guzman from Quezon City who shares to me na while people look at them highly due to their school reputation, in basketball it becomes an advantage daw dahil having players who are already experienced in other countries gives them an edge towards their opponents. But Mix and Benny, what are your thoughts so far?
Eto si Achilles de Guzman, no? Talagang hindi siya nagkulang sa pagpapaulan para sa Ateneo dito. And it's definitely an anchor that Ateneo has, no? For these homegrown players to be mixed in with these Philam players. But what do you think, Benny?
Ateneo kasi is a community. The one thing that we wanna see here is that Ateneo has always been the home for homegrowns. Because pag tinignan mo yung history kasi Mix,
parang savior eh.
Yeah.
Kumbaga.
As we talk about
this LGR rebound of the game. Syempre, by Mark Reyes sealing that for the Blue Eagles.
You know, si Ateneo kasi, the likes of Lasal, Ateneo, 10, 20 years ago, these are exclusive boys schools eh. So nagiging hotbed sila ng homegrown players. So you have to go back to the history. Nandiyan yung Ravenna brothers that came from Lasal, exclusive boys schools, papunta sila sa Ateneo. So homegrown sila. Kaya si Ateneo being in Katipunan, and I am sure that since you went to school there, you would see a lot of trees, the community vibe.
It's the vibe.
It's the vibe.
It's the vibe.
At Katipunan na nagiging conducive siya to homegrown kasi may grade school sila, unlike other schools college lang.
Correct.
Sila kasi may grade school, high school, and college all in one campus.
Yes.
Kaya kung ako nagsimula sa Ateneo at I'm a player, the big chance is that you're gonna go all the way with them.
Correct.
And this is where Tanhangko and all of these players
diyan sila papasok Ilagan, napakahirap ng tira na yon. Pasubsob na si Jean. Pero parang si Jean Gray, parang napalutang niya yung bola, papasok pa ng ring. And ngayon si De Leon for 2 free throws for San Sebastian.
And just to add on to that and to end that discussion, pagka Atenean ka kasi and you're a player but you don't have that chance to go to the UAAP anymore, it's now a decision for you to make. Will you go to another school or will you complete your studies with Ateneo? I think there's a lot of players like that. Alonzo Luna,
I'd say so,
Xavier Tanghangco, Dave Flores. And personally, I know Dave Flores is a good kid that talagang he wants education. So, yun yung magandang nakikita mo with a school like Ateneo.
And Sultan Parua just not making that finger roll to go. Both teams in the penalty now, as they have to take extra care to not commit any unnecessary fouls to get the other in the lead. But this might be one and done now for San Sebastian, no? With 2.5 minutes remaining. And with the pace of the current game, it looks like it's going to be a win for Ateneo here.
From all indications, if they could hold on to this lead, although palagi natin sinasabi
pero baka kaya pa
stranger things have happened in the past. So, we'll never know.
Kala ko Stranger Things tapos i-end mo lang dun
Stranger Things.
Parang Stranger Things kasi yung series Kala ka dun lang tapos may plug pala. No? Hindi pala.
Tapos may lower thirds tayo. Oh my God.
Let's see. Maybe next time.
Who knows? Netflix, baka naman.
We'll see. Sakto, baka sa Collegiate Cup, baka magparamdam yan.
Never know.
We attract a very big crowd for the Collegiate Cup, for these trademark college, for these landmark college matchups.
Yes.
Hamora kicks it out to Kitane, steps back, avoids the travel, keeps Sultan at bay. Chance looking for the charge, but Kitane will successfully find that basket, and now they are just within 9. 2 minutes remaining now for the fourth quarter as Kitane just sails to the basket. Si Barua hindi na nakasabay. Offbeat layup for Axel. We'll be right back for more action. Stay tuned. Both teams now in the penalty, with San Sebastian putting up a 5-0 lead of their own. But still, they are down by 9 with 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter. And for those who have just tuned in, remind lang natin kayo sa stakes na nakasalalay sa game na to. This is the play-ins of the Pinoyliga Next Man Cup, where the 4th, 5th, and 6th seeds will battle it out for that coveted 4th spot in the playoffs of the Next Man Cup. Right now, it's Ateneo and San Sebastian, and whoever wins here or actually loses, the third team there will be the St. Dominic College of Asia Pikemen. Oh, Mark Reyes getting into a bit of an altercation with Joaquin Cortez. trying to hold back the players here. Etong sina Sean Hamora and si Joaquin Cortez. I think Mark Reyes gave a bit of a shove there. Di lang ako nakatingin ako sa notes ko sa susunod kong sasabihin. But looks like Coach Melo Navarro will try to cool down his squadron here, and that will obviously trigger a review by the referees now. Tignan natin, no? Kasi si Cortez mukhang napahawak sa pisngi. Hindi ko nakita kung ano yung nangyari before that. Abangan lang natin tong replay natin, no? Etong sunod na replay. Oh, that's gonna be a push there. Yep. Tingnan natin, no? Hintayin natin tong instant replay kung ano nga ba yung nangyari doon. Because it looked like Mark Reyes and Joaquin Cortez yung nagkaanuhan doon. Pero sumali itong si Gene Ilagan. Also, itong si Sean Hamora.
It's a good thing, if you notice si Coach Melo Navarro, he pulled out yung mga players.
Oo,
He doesn't want to escalate.
Yung mga alias niya, let's see this. There, Mark Reyes and Cortez, down the left side of your screen. Ayun, nabigyan ng konti. Still on the left side of your screens, Cortez and Reyes. Ayan, nilapitan ni Reyes doon si Cortez. There's the hit. Oh, and that's where it started. And si Ilagan immediately to the rescue of Joaquin Cortez, no?
Yeah.
Kumbaga nagsumbong kay Kuya kaagad eh. Kuya Gene, inaaway yata ako ni Mark Reyes.
Well, a lot of, mga reels ng mga fights that we see on social media these days. Ako, wag naman sana may dadagdag pa.
Di na yan.
Ano na lang tayo.
Mukhang just a bit, just a spark of emotion.
Oh,
no?
yeah.
But not enough to, nalabas niyan eh.
Yeah.
Nung nabanggana ni Mark Reyes dun, parang okay na ako. Okay na ako. Tapos Gene Ilagan na yun. Ayun na nga.
Well, something has been said.
Ay, may special pasalubong si Gene Ilagan dun eh. From San Sebastian with love yun.
Again, these kids would have their friendship and sportsmanship handshake later, and we will see naman talaga na at the end of the day, you guys are basketball brothers.
Ayan, pinaupo nga muna itong si Mark Reyes.
Okay, so technicals has been
that's gonna be a technical foul. Yep. And the announcer has mentioned na nga, technical foul on Mark Reyes and technical foul on Gene Ilagan. Mark Reyes from this Ateneo squad and Gene Ilagan from this San Sebastian squad. So Reyes ang titira muna ng free throws dito. After that first technical foul. Missing that first one.
Missing it badly.
Oo, medyo balibag yun eh, no? I'm not sure why San Sebastian isn't getting free throws here. It's a double technical eh. Mark Reyes now with one more shot here. Gets that second one.
He had adjusted na yung tira niya.
Yeah. Si Jagna ngayon papasok para kay Joaquin Cortez. So San Sebastian sees Kitane, Jagna, De Leon, Ilagan, and I believe that's Hamora.
Now is the best time for both of these teams to have missed.
Your last 2 minutes brought to you by Eastern Communications. And yeah, perfect time for San Sebastian to step up now.
Yeah, at the same time, they have to understand that kailangan they have to keep it close kung matatalo
Oo
sila
naman.
because it's a quotient system.
Yeah.
So, nagka-round robin sila.
Oo.
Ngayon, kung magkaroon in the event of a tie.
O kung dalawang mag 1-1, no? Kasi right now, Ateneo's goal, if panalo sila, maka 2-0.
Yeah.
Or any of the three teams.
Yeah.
But, if it's 1-1, let's say Ateneo wins this one and San Sebastian loses. But, if the next game, nanalo ang St. Dominic against Ateneo.
And then they lose to
Then they lose to San Sebastian.
Yeah, then the quotient system
Na mag-a-apply.
So it's very important that you lose. If you lose, hindi ganun kalaki.
As close as possible,
As
no?
close as possible. So it has to be in the minds right now of the San Sebastian Golden Stags that you play until the last second.
Correct.
Importante dito is if you could still win it, then win it. But if not, then lose as close as you can.
Chance Carlton going through a series of screens. Very hard shields there. Soler gets it across to De La Cruz. Skies for the layup. Gets the finish to go. Tough shot there for Alex De La Cruz. For Adam De La Cruz, rather. Ilagan all the way. Kicks it out to Zamora. De La Cruz picks him up. Carlton gets it. And Carlton barrels into Gene Ilagan. But ball sails back to Ateneo. And that's some frustration now from San Sebastian. They're being down by 11. Not a very easy thing to accept against this UAAP squad in Ateneo. No? As Adam De La Cruz skies for that layup now.
Adam showing his size in that case. Skying high, yung athletic ability niya. But at the same time, kasi he has the size. Kaya medyo head above
Head above your shoulders? Tama ba?
Parang ganoon. Something like that.
Di ko sure eh.
He's above and beyond yung kanyang defender. So, ano siya?
Binaz Lightyear eh.
Yeah.
Yun yung tinatawag namin sa, kasi subdivision namin at least.
Buzz Lightyear.
Kapag mataas yung talon ng isa, tapos di na nakasabay, Binaz Lightyear niya. I-Buzz Lightyear mo. Oh, and 3-point shot for Sean Zamora. Puts San Sebastian to 10. Big shot there for Sean Zamora. I was expecting a bigger reaction there. De La Cruz, ice on skates there. Papasahan sana si Barua Sultan pero losing that basketball on that possession. But San Sebastian kukuha ulit. And Axel Kitana will be inbounding here for the Golden Stags. And they'll be wisely rolling this with 1 and 10 remaining. Zamora from that left wing against this De La Cruz defense. Finds Chuidian to the inside.
That's not going to help.
Nope. Turnover here controlled by Ateneo. Carlton wisely dribbling the time away. Kicks it out. Nicolas, he landed 2 threes, and now he makes it 3. And for sure, this is a done deal for now.
Oh yeah,
for sure. Sa ngayon, no. Zamora steps back. Extra pass Chuidian. Left wing 3, overshoots it, and Ateneo controls the tip. And Ateneo will propel themselves to a 1-0 lead here.
And this is a good situation for them. They won big.
Yeah.
So malaki yung kumbaga nila bangko nila.
And shot clock will run out for Ateneo, and San Sebastian still has 4.5 seconds before we dribble out the last possession. And no more time now. 82-69 is our final score for the first game of the play-ins. And the first game did not disappoint Benny.
Yes.
It was a close game in the first half. The second half, sa third quarter, nakahanap na ng run itong Ateneo. San Sebastian had a lot of glimmers of hope in the fourth quarter, just did not capitalize. And now they have a 1-0 record, 1 game closer to getting that 4th spot in their group.
Yeah, implications, 1-0 si Ateneo. They're plus 13 at this point, which is a good thing for them. So they're going to be playing the St. Dominic Pikemen, and then San Sebastian will now be also playing sa St. Dominic na rin. So yun ang magiging importanteng situation natin.
And now we'll be playing the school hymns of both of their schools. We'll be right back.
Our best player of the game, 16 points, 4 rebounds, 5 assists, 5 steals. Jersey number 4, Chance Colton.
Mga kaliga, I'm here with our best player of the game. That is Chance Carlton from the Ateneo Blue Eagles. Now, Chance, congratulations for your first win here in the play-ins, but you still have one more game to win. So what's going to be your mindset on Tuesday?
I think our mindset on Tuesday is to come prepared, put our trust in each other. Thanks to my teammates and thanks to the coach's strategy, we'll be ready for Tuesday.
And Chance, 7 of your teammates are absent for this game today, but what fueled you to step up?
I think what fueled me and the rest of the squad to step up is, even though they're absent, it's the next man up mindset. So all of us are here prepared. We work every day and we're ready for the next moment.
And you truly embodied that next man up mantra. But lastly, would you like to give a shout out to greet someone or to thank someone live?
I'd like to shout out the whole Ateneo community, shout out my teammates, shout out my coach for putting his trust in me, and shout out all of our families. And shout out Uno Prado and Zoe Luna. That's my boys.
Thank you so much, Chance Carlton. And again, congratulations, the Ateneo Blue Eagles, for this win. See you on Tuesday. Now that's all for Best Player of the Game interview. Now let's go back to Migs.
Thank you, Bianca. And once again, congratulations to Chance Carlton and the Ateneo Blue Eagles for their first win in the play-ins of the Pinoyliga Next Man Cup. Coming up next, game number 2 between the LPU Pirates and the ENDERUN Titans as they battle for the 4th spot in their respective group. And that is all for game number 1. Your highlights will be displayed on the screen now on behalf of the entire production team. This has been Migs Gonzalez, Benny Benitez, Bianca Tagarda as your panelists for today. Thank you so much, and we'll see you for game number 2 for more Pinoyliga Next Man Cup action.